Get some more.
Looks pretty damn good to me.
When it jumps back like that, it's because you didn't start that cut. You got to go in with the tool at the 3 o'clock. Flutes at the 3 o'clock, and start the cut with that edge parallel to the direction you want to go. You start that cut, and you get a little bit of a lip there, and then you can turn it. If you turn it sooner, it will skate back on you like that all the time. But that's what you wonder what happened. Picked up that little lip. It's time to do some feeling. So I have lots of material left here, so it's no worries yet about that. It's getting, right here is just about as far as I want to go by feeling it. But I got some meat out of here, I got to go in here. Should have said that the technique that I use here is you start with the handle low and facing up, okay? And as you're coming down, you throttle a little bit, pick up a bit of the wood, and as you go to the center, you bring it up, and this edge is rubbing the bottom of the bowl in the direction you're going. So you start out like this, and as you come into the center, it's into your chest by this time, and you just aim towards the center. And if you do it in a continuous motion, like I don't do enough, you can minimize the grooves and the roughness, okay? So good turners can just start at the edge and just go down just nicely with a small shaving coming out.
Are you rotating that at the same time? Paul?
I'm starting out,
So you're starting
I'm
high.
starting out at 3 o'clock, and then I just turn it slightly to pick up the cut, and I move it.
And then you're not rotating it any further up
No.
once you picked up the cut?
And as I get into the center, you turn it back to the neutral at 3 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
So when you're in the center, these flutes are actually pointing this way. But as I'm cutting, I'm turning it slightly, because I'm picking up the wood on that corner, on that edge. Might be getting too thin here. No, I'm still okay. So I don't want to go any thinner than that. So you just got to take that. You want to kind of feel that. That's about right. Okay, that's just there's a little bit more meat that I can take out of here, but I'll just leave it for now. Okay, that's as far as it'll go. And you got some sand stuff there. There's the best way to sand this is I use 100 and 180 grit. Close it down. And this is, I use this for a reason, because I'm not sticking my fingers in there. So a flat surface worked quite well. So with the rough grip, just hold it parallel to the travel. I can hold it like this.
That's my kind of hat.
And go to find the grip.
It's hard to believe that you can go right to the edge here.
Yeah.
And it won't hook. It won't hook. Right on there, right? Yeah.
If it's going too slow.
Yeah.
So this is the only time I sand this at, I know how fast I'm going on my lathe. I'd like to do this at about 800 or 900. Normally sanding, I like to do it about 600 because the sandpaper heats up. But if you go too slow in this corner, you know, it scares me. So now in here is okay. You do the normal sanding. I'm not gonna do that. You guys could do that. Just sand it with the regular grits right through, 80, 120, up to 220 if you want. 220 minimum if you're going to put it with Danish oil. Danish oil is a nice finish. Or if you feel ambitious, you can go 320. Any questions here so far? And then you fiddle the
Now,
back.
you'd normally do it thinner too, though, wouldn't you?
I would normally do it thinner, but I won't bother because you have to really be fiddly,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna bother.
No, that's fair. I just wanted to ask.
How do you take the foot off then, with a jam chuck?
Well, I'm gonna do it right now. So the better, now,
Stay on there.
when I still had the screw chuck in, that's when you should have done all of this sanding. You should be ready to put the finish on before you take it off the screw chuck. Makes your life a lot easier. I didn't do it. And the better you are, the more gentle you are with your tool work, the less sanding you'll have to do, and the sharper your tools are. I should have sharpened my tool halfway through, but it's still pretty sharp. So, and then when you've got it, when you have it on the chuck, now's the time when it was on the chuck is to totally finish this off. But as I say, I'm not going to do it. Now I'm going to get that foot off.
You could probably just show us how you do it and just leave the foot on there so you can finish it off.
Yes.
Okay, maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Someone's thinking.
Don't mind me. I've been there before.
Oops.
There's a lot of heads bending in.
Okay, what I do for there is this is device number 52 or whatever you want to call it. Mark III or this is just that, what do they call that?
MDF.
MDF. And this is some cardboard underlay that my neighbor threw out, and I just glued it on. And I don't know if I brought a center. Did I bring?
What's the screws? Have you got just a...
Just fits up against there. So I'll let it find its own center.
Should we be able to watch this?
So I didn't make the center.
Perfect.
The better they are, the crazier they are.
Enough to grow tables over.
The more they do it, the crazier they get.
They would know.
Now you gotta get your tool rest in there without, as close as you can without hitting that corner, of course. And at this time, I don't know if I brought one, this time I use a spindle gouge to get in here.
Just leave it on.
Yeah. Don't take it off though, Paul.
No, I'll just show you, I'll just get it started. It's fairly fast, so you just work this down. And you wind up with a little nubbly about the size of your little finger. And if you don't turn it too fast, it's not going to fly out and hit you in the face. And then when you get it down, just carve it off with a knife or a chisel, or I just take my electric angle grinder, just